Welcome along to this F1 Clash 2024 season look ahead as we go through and have a look at the changes that Hutch have teased or are currently teasing ahead of the new season. Now, you're probably a little bit fed up of the 2023 season, and that's normal having been here for around nearly 12 months, depending on when these videos go out. So everyone's looking forward to a bit of a refreshment, some decent changes, some good improvements. Well, that is certainly what we all crave and we all want to see from Hutch for this season ahead. We're approaching the last couple of weeks now of this 23 season, and I know everybody is itching to know what are Hutch planning. So we're going to use these videos. We're going to use the same introduction. So bear with me if you're watching this. It's not the same video as you may have watched before, or if this is the first one, it's the first time you're going to be doing it. But we're going to be having a look at all the new changes and updates that are coming for the 2024 season as and when Hutch allow us / release their information. So stick with me as we go through the F1 Clash 2024 changes and we have a look to see what we can spot. So here we go then, our next image, our next release from Hutch, and it's a 2024 component manufacturer or supplier. We are starting off then in this video with Spectrum R&D. So Spectrum Research and Development are our 2024 component manufacturer / supplier. So initial thoughts, they've took their time, bit of research and development. They know what they're doing. They're surely going to have some good parts on the table that we're all going to be wanting to use. So let's find out, and find out we shall. First part up, we have the Pulse from Spectrum. The Pulse is a common part. It is unlocked in Series 5, and the bottom right you will see what level it gets to stats-wise when it is maxed. Now, if you are just joining us, the big change this season is no more reliability stat on your car. So it looks like reliability has now been removed from the game. It has been replaced with qualifying. So qualifying is now on our car. We remain to be seen if it is included on the driver stats still. Obviously, if I'm recording this one beforehand, it might have already been released how it will work. So let's have a look at the common Series 5 Pulse. It has got low speed of 9. It's got cornering of 10. We've got an increased stat boost on the power unit up to 27, and it's qualifying 13. Very, very quick average pit time at 0.23. So it always seems to be that one sort of stat on these good manufacturers could be boosted. That is what I feel like it's going to be the case. Power unit at 27. So next part up we have from Spectrum is the rear wing of the Blaze. So the Blaze is a rare Series 1 part. So rare Series 1 then. So one of the first rear wings we're probably going to get hold of, if not the second. And you can see at the top right, it's got his stats. So it's 8 on speed. It's got a cornering increase up to a max level of 25. It's got power unit at 11 and qualifying at 8. So really, this wing is going to be used for cornering if that exists in the new game. An average pit time, though, is very slow at 0.76. So that is your rare rear wing, the Blaze, from Series 1, and that is the max stats that are for this part. Next up from Spectrum, we have an engine. It is the Mach 3. Now, that sounds good, doesn't it? Mach 3 Hutch have gone with. It is epic, literally. It is Series 10 unlocked. So this is looking a bit like it. Spectrum delivering a decent engine, potentially. And we can see down below the stats that it's going to provide. Now, speed is massive, as we probably wouldn't expect anything different if you call it Mach 3. It is a speed of 54. Cornering is up there at 21, and it's balanced with the other two stats on the car, which is power unit at 19 and qualifying at 20. It's got a relatively decent pit stop time at 0.3 seconds. So that Mach 3 Epic Series 10, that's an early decent part in these images. Usually, if they haven't seen a video yet, you usually wait for the good ones, but not today. Mach 3 Epic Series 10 at max level, speed domination for that part. Now, we are moving on to our next one. So free to go from Spectrum. It seems to be like it could be good. And the next one is going to be a rare Series 10 unlockable. And that is a brake. So this brake is called the Stormbringer, rare Series 10. And it carries the features of the similar part that we just went through. So it is heavy, like the Mach 3, also like me at the moment because I've been putting on the weight. On speed, it is 51 speed. We've got 20 cornering, 21 power unit, 19 qualifying. It's got an average pit time of 0.44. So speed is massive again for this part. Seems like they're going big on the speed, and that could be a very usable part for rare Series 10 unlockable. As always, we're only guessing at this stage. We don't know what's going to be the meta this coming season. Could it is cornering again? Is it going to be speed? Is it going to be power unit? We just don't know yet. But we do know that we've got two more parts left to run through of this Spectrum manufacturer and supplier. So next up we have, I mean, after just seeing that image before and the Mach 3 engine, I wasn't expecting to see a common Series 4 then pop up called Sparky. They've gone all out with these names, I'm telling you. I'd love to be in the meetings where they decide the part name and go, we'll call that Sparky. Beautiful. Wonderful. It is, I mean, this is actually wrong. This is wrong because, and we will get this amended, but it'll be in this video. It says at the top that it's a rear wing. If this goes on the rear wing, it's going to be awful. I mean, it could be good. You don't know. You never know these days. But that is a front wing. So I'll get that changed in preparation, and it will be updated on any of the streamers and Hutch images. But Sparky, common Series 4, front wing, and you can see the stats. 10 speed. It's got 9 cornering, 21 power unit, and 7 qualifying. So it's heavy on the power unit side. It's got a pretty decent pit time of 0.3 seconds. Maybe because it's been stuck on the back of the car, clearly. But that's not looking, it's not too bad. Common Series 4, we don't expect anything better. We're never going to get a common card that's probably going to be usable long term. So Sparky will be a front wing, I promise you. Well, I think. I'm not going to promise you anything because you never know. But it is a common Series 4. And then the final part from Spectrum, hopefully this one shows correct, of surely a bronze part, which means it's good. It is a bronze part. It is the highest level Epic Series 12, the Gearbox, called Beat. We've just had Sparky, Beat. We are now on Beat. This is a Gearbox then, and as you can see, stat-wise, very strong on speed. Looks like that could be potentially the max stat at 60 for speed on this part. We have got balanced stats across the board then of cornering of 21, power unit of 24, qualifying of 23, and we've got a very quick pit time of 0.27. So maybe similar to some of the parts that we've had this season, thinking of Voyage off the top of my head, but speed looks like probably max at 60. This looks if speed does play a part, a very usable part. If it doesn't play a part, it's going to be pretty pointless because if cornering is the meta again, we're going to know about it fairly quickly. So that is your Spectrum R&D 2024 components list. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you think of the Spectrum? Any parts that you think might be good or bad? apart from Sparky, which is clearly a front wing.